this is my house where I actually created V1 Vodka. Right here in Hadley, and a few feet away, I was illegally making the vodka for a couple years. And you know, the original idea as the Nabala potato truck drove by was to make something that was different and something that the Western Mass could really get behind. And I spent about 2 years making the vodka here in Hadley, and decided to go to Poland originally to look for equipment. And I really, after exhaustive research, I was really convinced that I wanted the company to be local, but I wanted the vodka to be the best it could. And the equipment that I use in Poland that I found is $5 million. So when you're starting a business with 6,000, you're a little short of what you need to really build something top notch. So, you know, I'm very proud of my Polish vodka, but I look at the brand as a hybrid where the company is 100% locally owned. And 3 years ago, very excited to work with Alan Zahowski over at Lazy Acre Farms in Hadley, and we grow 10 acres of our organic spelt wheat here, right here in the Pioneer Valley, which we ship over to Poland. So we use some local wheat in every batch. And you know, we've picked up a few awards over the years, and including #1 in the world last year at the World Spirit Competition, which is the largest vodka tasting of its kind. So that's just a confirmation of kind of me feeling that we made some right decisions about where to make the vodka, where to grow the wheat, and we're still, after all these years, the only vodka in the world to be produced entirely from organic spelt wheat. This is a tremendous honor. I mean, growing up from 4 years old, I watched my father start his own business, and to me, he was the ultimate entrepreneur to raise a family of 5 young people and quit his job and start a business. So for me to be considered, you know, a very good entrepreneur in the Valley, it's quite an honor, and I hope that my father and my grandfather are proud of that, and definitely proud to own a Western Mass-based business.
I think my involvement with programs came to bearing probably many years ago when a booster asked me to contribute to the lights for the football and baseball fields at Amherst, and I saw how motivated he was to get the lights up so he could see his sons play football and play baseball, and it's pretty nice to, after school, to see the lights on and to see a nice crowd for a game, and it's something that got the parents in a position where they could see their kids compete. Just on a historical standpoint, I was approached by Tom Cullen, the then Amherst High School athletic director, who said that he had a strong desire to put up lights at the lower athletic fields because of the heavy use of the field was overtaxing the turf, and he felt that if boys and girls soccer, if boys and girls lacrosse, if track, if ultimate frisbee, if any of these teams all wanted to use the same field, they couldn't handle it, and the turf would be lost. So if we were able to develop lights for that, and he felt that was something that was important. He thought that there's special concern that a lot of the women's sports felt that they didn't have equal time, because if football and baseball were under the lights, there wasn't an equal opportunity for the women's programs to have exposure to nighttime activities. And we've always known that an evening game always brings out a bigger and better crowd. To continue in that format, we found ourselves the project raised lights had become significantly more expensive than we anticipated. What was a $100,000 project grew to a $175,000 project, and then we started what was called a casino night. Monte Carlo night was the original name, and that's when we really got the whole Amherst community behind the venture. And I personally, with a few others, went out and talked to just about every single business in Amherst. And I would say easily over 90%, and there's a number of them, came on board, either with gift certificates, either with donations, either contributing their time, or if it was a restaurant, maybe providing food or staff or cooking. Somehow but we definitely received over 90% of every business has contributed in some way, to the tune that we received over $25,000 in gift certificates donated for the original Monte Carlo night. And soon, in time, we recovered more than $175,000. And then, as this casino night or Monte Carlo night continued, we were able to provide extra funds for sports, for scoreboards, for amenities, for the other programs, to provide those things that the school budget couldn't provide for. So this is hopefully going to be an ongoing venture, and or just one of many ways that the parents and boosters are going to come together to provide for the student athlete at Amherst High School.
The Survival Center was founded in 1975, and in all the years since then, it's been here for people in need, through thick and thin. Right now is a particularly tough time in the community. The level of poverty is as high as, the last time it was as high as it is now was 1993, according to the most recent census. And we see that in very real ways every day. Just yesterday, 9 new families came into the food pantry. Typically, we see 1, maybe 2 new families in a day. And at the same time, we're working harder to get resources. We've had cuts in our government funding, and other resources are becoming more scarce.
I'm Rob Kais, and I'm a volunteer here at the food pantry. And what I'm doing this morning is stocking up the shelves for people to come in and take food. So this is what we do in the morning, and then we open up at 11 o'clock and people come in and we make food baskets for them.
I'm Linda Brooks, the kitchen coordinator at the Amherst Survival Center for 5.5 years. This is my kitchen area. Right now we're doing distribution. We get foods from Whole Foods, Panera, Trader Joe's, Atkins, Henyon's, Antonio's, Starbucks, that they donate in the trucks. Go and pick it up and bring it here, and we're sorting it now. Breads, desserts, fruits and vegetables get done on different carts, and then it'll be given out from 11 to 11:30. Probably about 700 to 1,000 pounds of food a day that we're keeping from going to a dumpster. And when we're done with the morning distribution, the carts go away and they come back out for a 1 o'clock distribution. What isn't taken by the end of the close of the day, a farmer comes. So it's either food or compost. Nothing goes into the dumpster. This is all volunteers. They're on a schedule. They come every week, some daily. And most have been here longer than I have. And they've taught me my job. In the kitchen, right now I have 3 volunteers cooking, and they each have their own style, and they work well together, and they make the food, just gives them their own little touch. I never tell them what they have to make, just here's some chicken. What can you do with it? Like Iron Chef, the produce is coming in the vegetables, so like, okay, we got a ton of beets or whatever. They just go with it. It's awesome. That's what's the best buffet.
The Survival Center's been here through difficult times, and our plan is to continue to be here for as long as the community needs us. We're really grateful for the support of the entire community in making it possible for us to really be here for our neighbors in need.
I'd like to welcome you to America's best college town, Amherst, Massachusetts. Home of the University of Massachusetts, Amherst.
Amherst was recently voted the #1 college town in America, which was pretty cool. Amherst is also a beautiful location, a very cultural location.
Great areas if you're interested in hiking, biking. A lot of my friends do that, go running just around the town of Amherst.
My favorite thing about being here at UMass is probably the sense of community that I feel.
If it weren't for the culture and vibrancy and excitement that the students and the professors and the research that happens here, If it weren't for all of that, Amherst would just be a little tiny western Massachusetts town.
We consider ourselves to be citizens of this town. My wife Sabina is very active in the town and has engaged herself in the school system and in various charitable organizations right from the beginning. She's on the board of the Survival Center. We want to be good neighbors. And I know that there have been some strains. When you have 20,000 undergraduates on a campus, there are going to be incidents that are going to be unpleasant. We have some of the best programs in the country in dealing with these issues.
Campus and Community Coalition brings together representatives from the university and the town. The group deals with all kinds of issues that come up naturally in a college town. The communication is incredibly strong, and the mutual recognition that we're all in this together. The town-gown relationship is all about the students and to make them a part of the equation. It's helped me form really valuable relationships with really wonderful students.
We're the third largest employer in Western Massachusetts. We have a large research enterprise, and that brings a lot of dollars and hires a lot of people, and these people buy in the stores and all of that. And so we add well over $1 billion to Western Massachusetts.
I had time to volunteer at the Chamber of Commerce once a week, and I learned so much about Amherst. It was an awesome experience just to help out the community, and it was really fun.
The relationship between the town and the university right now is so incredibly strong because we are both so invested in each other's success. We are all neighbors here, and it's very important that we have kind of the connections and the bridges between us to work together as a community.
Our world is facing unprecedented challenges, and I believe UMass Amherst will be a leader in finding solutions. The creativity of our faculty and the imagination of our students are boundless.
I love it here. I think it's a beautiful place to be. I've just had so much fun living here for 4 years. UMass has made it all possible.
So what I want you to do is nose it. We'll do a little vodka 101. Nose the vodka. You get a little sweetness to it, but you don't get that strong ethanol smell. Of course, it's better to nose it when it's totally warm, because then you'll get more of a smell. But in vodka, it's all about how clean it is. As in the back of your throat, they call it the burn, medium, long, or short. And I want to create a vodka with no burn. So when you taste it, you'll see.
That's my problem on Saturday.
How sweet it is, but as it goes down,
no
consistently rated as the smoothest vodka in the world.